Hi, I'm Raquel, and this is Law Librarian Plans. Today I will be setting up my Catchall planner for the week of October 6th. Let's get started. So let's find the section in my planner that has my Catchall, and this is it. I'm going to go ahead and remove the pages just to make it a little bit easier for this, and we'll see what happens. Okay, you see my used week for this current week. This is the week of September 29th when I'm filming this, just a couple days before the following week. Make sure that this is somewhere more or less centered so we can see what's going on. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and do this. I decided to use Hello Fall from Love Posh, and in particular, it was a set that I have not used at all that I thought might be a fun one. I think it's this one right here. Let's see. Has 2 pages. Yep. Oh, I have used this sticker book. Okay, well that's okay. So let's finish using it for a spread because apparently I used part of it for something else. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this pretty floral right here, and we're oh no, I just ripped it. That's okay. I'm gonna use it at the bottom of my page, like so. And I just realized I missed something that I needed, but we'll see where we go, and how far we get. And if I have to, I will go and grab it. All right, so here we go. We have some florals. And since I do not use this bottom space functionally, I'm gonna go ahead and use that other floral on that corner. And I'm not being very kind to these stickers. I'm being a little bit rough, which is why they keep ripping on me. So perhaps I'll pay better attention going forward. All right, so we have some of our deco in place. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to set this aside for a minute, is I'm going to go ahead and set up my functional left-hand side. And for that, I have Jewel Tone Pastel, Check It Off, and Jewel Tone Box. Actually, I'm going to be using this on the right side. This is mostly what I need. And I'm going to pick some of the colors from here. There's that pretty, there's purple and grape. This is the grapey color, which goes better with those florals. So that's a possibility. I think I'm going to use the long box of that on the left side, and I'm going to set it up right around here. I'm trying to be mindful also that I need to leave some space for my trackers, which is what I forgot to grab. So let's do that. And then this does not have a pinky color, but it has some reddish tones and it has some green tones. There's this very beautiful dark green that would be great as well. And I think I'm going to use the double box from that dark green and put that next to my grape colored box. Kind of wish I had that pink color, but that's okay. We can work with, we should work with the true jewel tones for this. And lining it up with the dots. That's what I love about the fact this is a blank page, but at least it's a blank page that, you know, has some guidance. It's not quite straight, so I'm going to pull it off from the top and then just try to get it back down using the dots on the left as a guide. There we go. And the dots on the bottom. Perfect. And then I need one more box here. And let's see if there's a neutralish kind of color in here. There's that, oh, that brownish color actually kind of works. Kind of picks up on this floral. So I'm going to grab one of those. And I think I'm going to grab actually this one right here. Because I don't need a lot. I just need kind of a call out box. This is sort of like a, oh, pay attention to this kind of thing for myself each week. There's usually a thing or two that I have to do. I can't tell if that's centered. So let me put it upside down first just to give me some guidance. Doesn't have to be centered, but somehow it feels like, okay, so we're going to work with that dot. Oops. And then place this like so. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And straight and kind of straight. I can tell that it's not straight on the bottom. So let's see. We'll get back to those habit trackers momentarily. All right, so we're gonna fit some habit trackers here. I always have 6 of them that I use every week. All right, So next we're going to do functionality on the right side. And first I'm going to do dots. And then after I do dots, I will do boxes. So let me grab a pair of tweezers fairly quickly here, or not. Okay, I found my tweezers. Fabulous. So, so the Check It Off is the companion because the original jewel tone boxes did not have check boxes or checklists. So, and as much as I think these are cool, I'm not a big fan. I like the rounded ones better. So let's find the rounded ones that are complementary to our colors. I'm going to find the grape one first, hopefully. There we go. That's the grape. Yep, that's the grape. So let's do grape first. I'm going to do, whoops, sticking to my finger. One, oh, that one wants to just go on the page immediately. 1, 2, and 3. I don't use dots every day, and I don't use and I don't use checklists. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't use dots every day. I use them for certain days of the week, and it seems to work out pretty good. Monday and Friday seem to be good days for dots. Other days, not so necessary. All right, so then let's find that there's the dark green, so that's good. And it's this green, not this green, although they look very similar right now to me. But here's the that color, which I'm struggling to name that color now. Looks like a caramel kind of color. We're going to use the caramel color on Thursday. And it's mostly on Monday and Friday that I want it on here because Mondays is my busiest day at work usually. And Fridays I'm at home and I'm usually trying to wrap up things for the week and stuff like that. So I try to get things done. This is my personal catch-all planner, so I should back up and say I don't put work things here, but I am sort of mindful of what's happening at work with what I can get done. But usually I try to get things done on Monday. I have this thing about, get them out of the way as quickly as possible, just because, um, the week then gets lost and you get busy and then you forget about stuff you need to do. So, or at least I do. And so that's been sort of my modus operandi with trying to stack where I put things. But Fridays, I'm usually paying attention to other things that are going on. And if there's anything I have to do before the weekend, that sort of thing. So anyway, that's a very long story about why I use my dots over on this, how I use them. And Thursdays, just because that's where it goes. All right, so now I think I'm done with this for now. So the next thing I want to do is I want to use boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and for this one, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use this. And again, not much of a rhyme or reason why I use what boxes I use. I just like a little bit of variety. So I try to not use the same box every day. I'll use that one. And I think I'm going to use that is the same color. Wow, it looks so much darker to me all of a sudden. And then I'm going to use this one like so. I want to just stack it there for no reason other than I kind of like how the way that looks. All right. Then I'm going to use a box up on Tuesday. And we want to find another one of those grapey things. So for that, I might use two. And now my eyes are like playing games on me. I am using, wow. I really can't tell what I'm doing here. It's kind of sad, but okay, it is the grapey color. Okay, so there we go. And here I will use two of these again, but I'm using them in a slightly different way. So I'm going to use one here and one here. Okay. And then, oh, that's very crooked. All right. One thing I love about this paper, this is a Catchall planner, and the paper is, except just now, it's very forgiving, I was going to say. I just ripped it a little bit, but that's okay. I just kind of made it go away. And then I need a green box for that bottom part. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to that green, this dark green. And I think I'm going to use, if I still have one of them, one of the big bottom boxes, and I don't. So instead, I'm going to grab same kind of box I used here, but instead I'm going to orient it this way. And on Sunday, the trick here is be patient. And I was moving way too fast up there, and that's why I ripped my page. This one here, and then here I need another color, so I'm going to go back to the grape, and I'm going to use a full box if I can find one. There we go. I have some full boxes left. I'm going to use a full box. Sunday's usually a very busy day for me at home. Usually resetting for the week, finishing my planners, actually writing on my planners for the following week, scheduling social media, that sort of thing. So we're going to actually center this one as best as I can. I am going to center this one as best as I can. Okay, so functionality is now done on the right side. Now let's get some pretty decorations here. And I think I'm going to use this beautiful large butterfly. I had to think about that one. And I'm going to use it right. Oh, that is really too large, isn't it? So maybe not. Maybe we'll use that somewhere else because it's a little bit too much space taken up, and I really want to have some functional space here. So we're going to do this right here. There's a little bit space to write around it. Then I think I'll use this nice clipboard kind of thing with a flower on the other side. And that not only gives me decoration, but also more space to write if I need it. Then in the middle, don't have much to go with that brownish color. But let me move first to the top. So here on the top, I'm going to use one floral here, and I have two functional boxes. So, but again, I'm kind of gun shy about putting a very large thing there because I'm going to need some space to plan my days. So perhaps I'll use a smaller one on this side, like so, and then use the larger butterfly, the medium butterfly that is also in that grapey color, and use it over here. And yeah, that still leaves me a little bit of functional space on the top. And then we still have decorate around here. So maybe I'll use, this is very tall, very tall. All right, let's see, what else do we have? Or maybe we'll just leave Tuesday undecorated. That's another possibility. I kind of wish I had some more of that flower because that flower is perfect. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's think about this. I also have those very large elements that I did not want to use on the top. I'm tempted to use like maybe the butterfly here, except it's still too big. Even if I were to trim it, it's going to be too big for that space. So thinking, what do we do next? Maybe I'll use this flower. Oh, it's the same problem. Same problem because both of them are kind of large compared to the rest of the items on this. So I'm just looking at this and thinking exactly what I can do. What could I do? I'm still bummed out that there's nothing I can put to go with the mustardy colored boxes. But let's see. I am peeling the backing. If that's the noise that you're hearing in the background, I'm peeling the backing off that sheet because I want to put these two stickers back on the sheet. So I just did that off camera. And now I have room to put these back on the sheet for another day. So maybe another spread with the rest of the elements. Somewhere where there's fewer functional items in the daily spaces or something like that. I don't know. Still bummed out about this, but I think I'm going to leave it there because that leaves me functional space, and functional space is more important than decorations at this point. I'm looking through the book right now of camera, but there's really nothing else that goes This has animal print. It's the exact color, just has animal print. Um, and there's none of them that have, there's more florals. So see, that also has a floral, but too large for the space. Very coordinating though. All right, I think we're going to leave it alone. So let me grab very quickly my habit trackers, and I'm going to add those on the left. And then I'm going to add some functional icons, and then we'll call this a day. So let me grab my habit trackers. Perfect. So I use most weeks, unless I have a book that has coordinating habit trackers, I use my Proud Sticker Designs habit trackers. I have them in most of the colors that she sells. I think the color that goes best is purple, which I don't know if I have or not. So let's look for that. See if we have purple. I do have purple. It's a lighter shade though. It looks darker on the sampler, but it's a lighter shade. So we have the purple. And I had this problem a few weeks ago when I was doing a jewel tone spread, but um, in that there's not perfect matches. So I'm just going to make the best that I can with this. And then for the green, there's this color called DOL, dark olive. Let me see what the dark olive looks like. I think this is what I ended up settling on because it was sort of similar. This is too bright. I'm going to show it to you. I think it's too bright. Actually, it's not bad. It's kind of bright though. So that's, I think, why I didn't choose that color last time, is it was too bright for what I was trying to do. And then the third color, I think, is the dark green. The green is super bright. Dark olive. I think that was it. So I'm gonna stick with the dark olive because I think the dark olive really is like the right color. If we're going off the right color, we're gonna go to a color that's somewhat similar in like depth and stuff. And then for the this one, saddle, great color, saddle brown. This is actually pretty decent, a pretty decent match. So we're gonna use those three colors for our habit trackers. I'm gonna start with the green. Grab two of those, and we're going to place them so, right? So I'm going very centered here, but I'm just trying to fill in the space more or less in a good way. So the next one I'm going to use is that what they call purple, which I wish was a little bit darker, but it isn't, and it is what it is. So we're going to use what we have. And there we have it. That one, this one, like so. And then the last color I'm going to use is the saddle brown. Saddle, that's the color, saddle. Like a cowboy, um, saddle. Oh my God. I'm a little bit punchy today. I don't know why. Punchy. All right. And then the saddle brown here. So none of the colors are a great match, but they are similar enough that it doesn't bother me too much. So they're all kind of a little bit lighter, maybe lighter and different at the same time. So let's step back. And last thing I need are some icons, and I have those here, I think. So I'm going to grab in my home section. These are my Planner Kate icon stickers. And we're gonna grab a trash and a recycling one. Trash goes out on Tuesday night. A little reminder that I see in the morning when I'm checking in with my planner. And recycling gets put out on Wednesday morning. Trash pickup is super early, so that's why I split it up, even though both pickups are on Wednesday. Then I need a sticker for meal planning. And I don't know what these are called, but I decided that this is the meal planning sticker. And then there's another sticker that looks like a grocery bag. So that's the one that's for grocery shopping. And I do grocery shopping on Saturdays. Not enough room for that, but I'll put it here in this box. Functional box. Okay. And is there anything else happening? Oh, yes. There's, we pay bills on the 10th. So let me see if I can find a bill sticker in here. There's so many so many cute stickers. I think in the bill section, perhaps. But that seems very derivative. So maybe I'll put a reminder little string wrapped around my finger here for Friday. So I remember to pay my bills that day. Here. And then all that's left is to put headers on the sections on the left, which I will do off camera because I don't believe, well, maybe I do. Hang on a second. Hold that thought. Calendar words. I do have calendar words. So calendar words are to do, remember, and social. So remember, use that one here. Remember. And then see, schedule, social. Oh, why is this not coming off? I've beaten these poor sheets to death, unfortunately, not being very kind to my stickers. And so they fight. Okay, this one I almost ripped it. I'm 2 for 2 today with ripping. And then 2 for many more because I used a lot of stickers. And then I'm going to use a to-do sticker for my actual to-do list. All right, and I think that's it, folks. Here is my catch-all spread for the week of October 6th. If you like this video, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for joining me and have a great day. Bye.